We're talking about tapas. Hmm? What does tapas do? Why should we undergo tapas? It purifies our system and strengthens our system. Strength and purity. That is the purpose of tapas. Ready? Hmm. But the tapas can bring big ego in a person. Unfortunately, people think doing great tapas means I've become very great. If someone has to fast for long periods of time, that means he must have had lot of impurities. Out of proportion glorifying tapas simply leads to ego. I have done a lot of prayer. I did lots and lots of meditation. This type of understanding about oneself brings ego. That is why the next thing, immediately after tapas, it's swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is self-study. See, why are you doing fasting? Is it just to show off? Is it in competition with somebody? There is a story. Two gentlemen were sitting and meditating, doing some tapas. They were neighbors. And God came to them and asked them, what is that you want? Said, whatever you will give it to the next door neighbor. He asked him, are you going to visit my neighbor also? God said, yes, of course. He is also doing, you both started the tapas on the same day. You started an hour earlier, so I came first to you. What is that you want? So can't you somehow avoid going to that other man? God said, no, it will become injustice. You know, it's not good. I have to go and see him. But tell me, what is that you want? Said, okay, whatever you give it to the other person, you give me twice as much. So God went to the other man and asked him, what is it you want? He said, wait a minute, are you coming from the neighbor? Said, yes. What did you give him? God was silent. Now tell me, come on, what did he ask? God hesitated for a minute and then he asked. He said, well, he asked to be given twice as much whatever you ask. This man said, yeah, is that what he wanted? Okay, you take away one of my eyes and one of my ears. I'll teach him a lesson. He's always in competition with me. Now let him have twice as much as what I have. sort of tapas without self-study leads to ego. So immediately, almost in the same sutra, simultaneously said Swadhyaya, self-study, look into the motives behind your actions. Often you don't go for things that you really want. You go to things because others would want it, or what others would say, think, or do about it. And many times what you want, you are not clear because you never looked into yourself. You are swayed away by fleeting thoughts and fleeting emotions, fleeting desires. Your desire is not even your desire. You went and ate something somewhere and wrong food or whatever it was, and all those food and all those events, situation, company, everything brought in a storm inside you. And you started believing that storm as your very self. That's why often you are not happy when your desires are fulfilled. Or the fulfillment of your desires does not stay too long or charming. Within weeks they break down. And you wonder, why did I get into this? Or you start believing you really wanted it. That's why it has happened. Self-study. Observing the self. See, what is yourself? Who are you? You have purified the body. But are you the body? You have made your mind light. Are you the mind? Are you your thoughts? Are you your emotions? Who are you? This self-study leads you upward to the universe that is unknown to us. Self-study takes you a step further. And self-study eliminates misery and suffering of the mind. Buddha has said this so beautifully. Said Kayanupaschana, that is tapas. Observe the body. Vedananupaschana, observe the sensations in the body. Chittanupaschana, observe the mind. The impressions in the mind, thoughts in the mind, feelings in the mind. Dhammanupaschana, observe your very nature. Observe the dharma, the nature that you are. 4 steps Buddha has said. The same thing Patanjali has said. Tapas, Svadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhana. Swadhyaya can eliminate all mental, emotional impurities, uncertainties, fears, anxieties. And Ishvara Pranidhana, love of God, surrender to the Lord, will complete the process. Without love, self-study becomes another dry stuff. Without surrender, self-study is not charming. See what I'm saying? Without devotion, without love, spiritual path becomes very dry, like a styrofoam. It's like a cake without sweets, a pudding without sweet, without sugar, a bread without salt or taste. Ishvara Pranidhana. How can devil love for Lord can happen, can blossom in us? First step is to see Lord as different from you. Lord and me. Two is needed to surrender. Lord of all virtues, and I am nobody. In this nobodiness, union happens. Then the realization comes, it's all you. From it's all you, it's all me, I. This body is, this universe is yours. For Lord, this whole universe is yours. This body is yours. This mind is yours. The mind with all its conflict is also yours. The mind with all its beauty is yours. This offering itself is a technique which brings you back home. Ishvara Pranidhana brings about samadhi or ecstasy in that meditation. Offering candles, offering incense, offering flowers is not great. Offer every part of your body. Offer every moment of life. Offer every breath. Offer every thought. Good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant. Anything. Offer all that vasanas or those things you choose, which you consider are your negative points. Offering all the negativity, offering all the positivity. Offering all the negativity, you become free. Offering all that positive virtues you think you possess, you become free. You will not become arrogant. Virtues make you arrogant. Virtues make you behave as though you are special. And demerits or your drawbacks pulls you down and make you feel bad about yourself. And if you start feeling bad about yourself, unconnected to the divine, there is nothing that can make you feel connected. See what I'm saying? It's up to you to feel close to the divine. It's up to you to feel close to anybody for that matter. Even if they don't feel close to you, you should start feeling close. Doesn't matter if they don't feel that you are close to them. How do you know? You don't know. Just by their behavior, it's not the right way to judge. Because nothing else can convince you that you are dear to the divine, other than your own mind, your own self. Stop comparing. Same thing with the master. You say, oh, so and so may be more close to Guruji, not me. Because he talks to them more often and smiles at them, doesn't talk to me, smile at me. This is your illusion. Talking, not talking does not matter. You start feeling you are the only one, you are the most closest. Then you will see that will start happening. That will start blossoming. Whatever seed you sow, that will grow. If you sow the seed that I am hopeless, I am no good, that no good seed will grow. Often useless things, weeds grow without any cultivation. You don't need to cultivate weeds. That's why they are weeds. They just grow. But a useful plant needs some attention. Weeds do not need. In your field, many weeds are coming up every day. Useless, unwanted, unnecessary doubts, thoughts. You don't need to sow them, they just come on by themselves. By swadhyaya, by attending to them, you can weed them out and maintain only those which are essential in life. Tapas, swadhyaya, Ishvara pranidhanan, kriya yoga. This is the yoga of action. And even doing this, see that you are not doing it. It's a silent, be a silent witness. There is a depth in you, a silent corner in you. That is the same. And that is true. This whole space is so silent. In the silent space, the entire activity is happening. Every atom is revolving around the nucleus. All the planets are moving around, and yet it is all very silent. The purpose of this is kleshatanu to reduce the suffering or misery in life. Samadhi bhavanarthas, and to bring about samadhi, harmony, equanimity in life. What are the root causes of misery in life? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, panchaklesha. Ignorance is the root cause. Ignorance, root cause of suffering. And what is ignorance? To think that which is not permanent as permanent. To think or to understand that which is not changing, that which is changing as not changing. That which is not joy as joy. Which is not self as self. I am not the body, but thinking I am the body. I am not my thoughts or emotion, but thinking I am my thought, my emotion. And seeing this body is not changing, but you see the body is changing all the time. Every day your body is changing. 24 hours blood changes. 5 days your stomach lining changes. Doctors say that. And in a whole month, the skin changes. In a year, every cell in the body changes. But never thought or understood our body is like a river. It's undergoing change all the time. Your body has completely different cells in 1 year. 3 years' time, all the old cells are dead and gone. Your new cells are there. Your body is new. Your mind is new. As you are awakened to this truth, you will see all those old, you don't identify the old fears and thoughts with yourself. Ignorance is holding on to those things, past, holding on to this, holding on to having an idea of who you are. People think it's a very complimentary sentence to know who you are, having an idea about who you are. I tell you, if you have an idea of who you are gone, finished. Because you are stuck. You don't know who you are, that should be the right attitude. Right attitude. Because you are changing every moment. And you have kept that possibility of change. A fixed idea about who you are destroys you totally. It stops your growth. It brings a limit to your possibilities. Asmita. Asmita is oneness of our intellect and ourself. Have you noticed in some meetings, some people, they say some point and they stick to the point. Huh? They are stuck with that point actually. Most of the people, they go on arguing and they argue meaningless, senseless argument. The senseless argument comes because they are so stuck thinking that is their intellect. Intellect as themselves, thoughts as themselves. My thought, my position, my me. Inability to see the self and the buddhi or the intellect and the power of the instruments of perception as separate is asmita. Raga, craving. And craving comes with a pleasant experience. You have a pleasant experience that creates a craving in you. And this craving makes you miserable. This is beautiful. Patanjali has said there is only 5 sources of misery. There is no 6th source of misery. Ignorance, or thinking that which is changing as non-changing. We try to control others' mind, saying we should be this way, should be that way. How is it possible? Someone may have love for you yesterday, they need not have today, tomorrow. Who knows? They themselves do not know. See that? We expect an enlightened behavior from everybody around us. Then we become unhappy. You are not behaving in an enlightened way, but you expect everyone around you to be enlightened. Unconditional love. One in a million you will get who can be unconditionally loved. But when you expect that from all people around you, that is where you become unhappy. Knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, this is what everybody is doing. Everybody is expecting unconditional love from people that they meet with. Isn't it? And they do not even know what they are expecting. That their expectation is something very big. They are seeking God in everybody. And they are seeking God without seeing that God could behave in any manner he wants. They are looking for a saintly God in everybody around them. How things should be, that makes you more miserable. Do you see what I'm saying? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, hatred. Hatred comes, aversion comes with an unpleasant experience. Aversion also brings same misery as happiness brings misery. Craving and aversion, both sources of misery. Abhinivesha said fear. An unknown fear. Though intellectually you know everything, even in great scholars, a little amount of abhinivesha, fear exists. It has seen as such. Nature has imposed all these 5 things in every body. Now, how thin this can get, or how thick it will remain, makes you either evolved or unevolved. These miseries have got 4 stages. One is when they are asleep in you. The next sutra is prasupta avastha. These miseries can be, prasupta means sleeping, dormant. Tanu means they have become very feeble, as feeble as though they are not at all there. Very feeble. Prachanna means one of them, when they become dormant, the others will go background. You see what I'm saying? When a craving is there, aversion is in the background, fear is in the background, everything goes to the background. Among these 5. When ignorance is there, you are not even aware of these 2 things in you. That the perception, my intellect, this is what my mind is saying. I and my mind. This difference is not there. You are so totally caught up in a situation. When you are conscious, aware, then you know, oh, this is what my mind is saying. You know? This is what I want. This is what is happening. You see that difference within you. Sometimes you say, oh, what has happened to me here? I said, you know, a person who is conscious, aware would say, what has happened to me? Am I going crazy? But a person who has really become crazy will not even think that he has become crazy. Because this faculty has become so one together that it's unable to find the distinction. You see what I'm saying? Now, sometimes you get angry and you're not expressing the anger, you know you are angry. And then you say, oh, I'm angry, why am I getting angry? Or same thing, you become lustful and then you become aware, oh, I'm getting excited or lustful of passion. But a person who loses his temper is not aware that he is getting angry. He becomes the anger. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? So, sadhana makes these kleshas, or the 5 sources of misery, as thin as possible as day goes. So before you were on spiritual path, you were getting angry, and now also you may get angry, but there is a big difference in the quality of anger. Do you see what I'm saying? There is a shift. Here it has become tanu, means is thinned down. The curtain has become more and more transparent. Prachanna means one is dominant, the others are all gone. And udara means when they are very generous, when they are all active fully. This you can find in the whole society. In the world, people who are not even doing any practice meditation, all these miseries are in their generous form. It's so nice of Patanjali to call them generous form. They are very generous. They are found everywhere. Frustrated and miserable people, no lack throughout the ages. Udara. Their form, where they are fully active. Fear. People are afraid so much. A little fear is kept in the body so that the body could be maintained. You see what I'm saying? But it should be just as much as a salt. Less than a salt. Minute amount of fear remains in the body. That's why it's called vidushopi. Though the knower of lot of scriptures and knowledge, even in them it is found in small amount. It should not be even called as fear. It can be called as more alertness. Fear becomes a different meaning altogether. And alertness, carefulness. You see what I'm saying? See, between careful and fear, there is a similarity of quality. That's why here he has used a word called abhinivesha and not bhaya. Bhaya means fear. Abhinivesha there is no word for it in English. So abhinivesha, when in its thickest form is fear, in its thinnest form, in its diluted form, it is the care. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are walking on the edge of the lake. And you are walking, you are putting your steps carefully so that you don't fall in the water. If this care is not there for the body could just vanish, disappear. Can fall in water. I mean, when I am not the body, I don't attend to the body at all. They cannot have the body to speak also for longer, or to do anything. To maintain the body, a certain amount of care is essential. Is this clear? And when this care becomes little more than what it is really needed, then that becomes insecurity. Becomes little more, it becomes fear. It will become more, it becomes paranoid. It's just like if salt becomes little more in food, it becomes impossible to eat that food. But here one cannot justify, oh, it should be there, let it be there, little ignorance can be there, so what? No. Tanu Karana. Thin them down, reduce it to its minimum. Avidya, Asmita, Raja, Dvesha, Abhinivesha, Pancha. The 5 kleshas, 5 sources of misery. Te prati prasava heya sukshma. When you make them subtle and subtle, they let you come back to yourself. They bring the mind back to the source. When these miseries are very thick, it bothers you, it captivates your mind. The moment they become thinner and thinner, they let your mind free and get it back to itself, the source. See, when you are craving for somebody a lot, say a teenager or a youth is craving for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, when the craving is there, the mind is not settled, it is unable to sit, meditate. But once that craving gets eliminated, then they are able to take a deep sigh and sit and go deep inside. See what I am saying? The grip of feverishness is loosened. As soon as that gets loosened, feverishness, the klesha gets reduced. It allows the mind to get back to the source. Now, what is the way to get rid of these miseries in life? Next one. That will not do tomorrow, today itself. Dhyana heyas tad vrittaya. These 5 vrittis can be eliminated through meditation. Misery can be overcome through meditation. And it must be done. He emphasizes. You have to get rid of them only through meditation. If you don't do it, then what will happen? Klesha mulaha karmashayo drishta drishta janma vedaniyaha. If you don't cleanse your consciousness of these five miseries, impurities, sources of misery, whatever, then you will have to suffer in this life and the next. Says Drishta Drishta Janma Vedaniya. There is no way you will have to suffer in this life. You have to undergo this suffering, this misery in this life, not only now, also in the coming life also. Because they form as karmashaya, as a bank of karma. Reserve, they get into your reserve tank, as karma tank. And through meditation, what this karma can be washed out, eliminated right now, here. Before the body drops you, you get rid of the karma and lessen the sheets of ignorance over you. Otherwise, there is no escape from you, for you from this. Drishta Drishta Janma Vedaniya. Some will give fruit in this life itself. Some will stay back with you to give fruit in the next life. Now, some people have an argument. If you put your finger in the fire, will it burn today or it will burn tomorrow or next year? Next lifetime. Yes, there is nothing karma and everything. Of course, every fruit, every action has got its repercussions, but you have to do it immediately. It doesn't come with you for next life or next year or anything like that. Some people have this argument, but it's not the right analogy. See, seeds. You sow some seeds. Some seeds will sprout in 2 days. If you put alfalfa, it sprouts in 3 days. If you put peanuts, it may sprout in 4 days, 5 days. And if you want to sprout a coconut, it takes several months. You plant lettuce, it will give you fruit in 3 months. 2.5 months, 6 weeks, 2 months. If you plant a mango, it will give you fruit in 10 years. And if you plant an avocado tree, it may take 4, 5 years, 7 years. And you plant a jackfruit, next generation will enjoy the fruit. Different seeds have got different timings. So similarly, different karmas will give fruit at different times. Many times people ask this question, we are so good, why will bad things happen to good people? Bad things never happen to good people. Even if it seemed to be happening, they were bad at some time. Now they may be good. They have done something bad, so the bad thing is happening. Those seeds, they have put some neem seeds long ago. Now they have reaped that fruit, bitter fruit of so. They have done something bad, so the bad thing is happening. So those seeds, They have put some neem seeds long ago. Now they have reaped that fruit, bitter fruit of neem tree. Now they may be sowing mango. That they will reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. Drishta Drishta Janma Vedaniya. Sati Mule Tadvipake Jatyayur Bhoga. He explains little more about the genesis here, how we gain our birth. As long as this root is existing, its fruit comes again. How they come? Jati Ayu Bhoga. Jati means in which body you are coming, where you are born. If you are born as a chicken or a monkey or a human or a male or a female, your birth is determined. Length of your life is determined. And what you will get in your life, your enjoyments or sufferings are also determined. Why someone is born in Ethiopia and someone else is born in Switzerland? Is there any explanation? Patanjali has insight into this phenomenon. This is usually the question asked. That why so and so is born and there and so is born somewhere else. Why so and so is miserable and why so and so is innocent still suffering. It's a big question. No logic can give you any understanding or explanation. Says because of your past karmas. Jati Ayu Bhoga comes to you again and again. In different forms. How it comes, see, when a person, when he is dying, in different forms. How it comes, see, when a person, when he is dying with all the memories of chicken and chicken and chicken, his consciousness, which the strongest impression at the moment of death, that was chicken. So he gets into that poultry form. His mind, soul gets into that. Whatever is the strongest impression in the mind, that persists. It's simple, very simple. You can try this. In the night you can try and see in the night just before going to bed, just have a thought, just think very strongly about something. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, that will be your first thought. And in the night also the same, in the dream also same thought will come up in. And if you practice this for some time, say about 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, suppose 6 months you practice that, I'll tell you, you'll assume all the qualities in you. As soon as you wake up, if you think about something, okay, as soon as I wake up, I should shake my head like my dog. And you just do it one day, and in 6 months you'll see it will become out of your control. You get up and you shake like this. Or if you say I should kick my leg like the dog, and you just do it, in 6 months you will see then it becomes almost impossible for you not to do it. It gains such a pattern inside you, because that karma, that impression has become so strong. Or stick your tongue outside and do like this, like a dog. And when these sanskaras, or if you keep watching a dog, and that image comes in your mind all the time, again and again, over and over, and when you die, your mind, your consciousness gets sucked into that type of body. So it is said the last days of life is much more important than the whole life. To emphasize this, in India there are many stories. That's why people keep, usually an old man who is on his deathbed, he's so attached to his children. That's why they name their children in the name of God. There's a story about a king, Ajamila. You've heard about that? Ajamila was a king. He was an atheist. Atheist till his death. Even, up till his death. He could not be anything after death. So that was possible, he could have been an atheist even after death, but that was not possible. So till death he was an atheist. At the last moment when he was dying, he called his son Narayan, Narayan. His son's name was Narayan. And he was thinking about him, Narayan, Narayan. It seems God thought he's been called. So Narayan came and liberated him. This is a story saying that Ajamila, even at deathbed, just called by mistake, took the name of God, so he became liberated. It's an extreme way to say, in the last impression carries much weight than whatever one does the whole life. Said about the same thing is said about a saint. A very enlightened saint, a rishi, was on the bank of a river meditating. And he saw a deer, a small deer, baby deer, in the flood, in the water. So he jumped in and saved the deer. Like any human would do. He bandaged that river, the deer, it had hurt its leg, and he cared for it. And then he got so attached to the deer, looking in the eyes of the deer. And he said when he died, he became a deer. This is the only instance where an enlightened person, it's said almost it's impossible for a liberated man to retrieve back into an animal body. It's one of the impossibilities. And this example, Jada Bharat, is quoted throughout, just to tell you that last impression is most important, that even he became a deer. Same thing, no? Even when you go to sleep, the children when they go to bed in the night, the last thing if they see some horror movies and go to bed, they get nightmares. They cry, shout, do all that thing. Isn't it? How do you get rid of this? Te klada paritapa phala punya punya hetutvat. These impressions, when they are good impressions, they bring you more joy, more happiness. And if these impressions are not good impressions, they bring you suffering. It depends on the merit and demerit that you have done. You have done good to people, and that good karma accumulates and brings you more joy. Anybody is happy because they have done something good in the past. If anybody is miserable, they have done something miserable in the past. So here he connects every happiness and every misery to some action of the past. Or that is in your karma tank. So meditation is the way we are just washing out all that. Nothing becomes so light, hollow, all the karmas and everything. And we sing and dance and do all this is to thin down this veil that is on the self. So very precious. Though sometimes you are sitting feeling bored, never mind. Know that you are just burning some old seeds of boredom. Because if you are averse to boredom, the boredom will never leave you. If you are bored being with yourself, how much boring you should be for somebody else. So even if it is boring, never mind. It makes you more and more sensitive and know that you are just burning something. Tapas. So this is called tapas. And doing it penance. Willing, just take a step. Okay, willingly I am going to do this. However boring this will be, I will do this. Let me see. How can something put me off? We have a challenge, You often take challenges. Here, take a challenge. Let me see this. This is the way to get over your boredom. Is kindle the challenging. I want to lose. Challenge. How this can just help you. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 Jai Jai Radha Ramana
Keep your eyes closed and just revise in your mind what Gurudev said. What are the things that you remember? What are the things that you will follow in life? Put it in use. Gurudev said everything depends on your merits and demerits. So, what are the things you do? Action. What are the things you will implement? And slowly open your eyes and you can turn on your cameras. Okay. Gurudev started by saying tapas. Tapas is purifying and strengthening the system. Huh? But tapas also can bring up what? Ego. See, I did this. See, I did that. See, I am like this and I'm like that. Like if you're going to gym regularly and you did a good tapas and you got nice body and then you'll have so much of ego. Looking at fat people, you'll be like, see, I'm so superior to them. Huh? So that ego should not come. And for that ego not to come, what should we do? Swadhyay, self-study. Huh? You study what is the motive behind your tapas. Whatever you're doing, what is the motive behind it? What is the motive behind your penance, your tapas? Huh? If even if you're studying, why are you studying? Even that is a tapas, right? Studying something new, working hard in the office, whatever tapas you are doing, or to purify your body, you must be fasting, doing Sudarshan Kriya, going for advanced courses. What is the motive behind it? Huh? See, whatever the motive is, you please go for advanced course, please come for follow-ups and everything. Okay. Find out, do self-study and find out what is that you really want, not based on fleeting thoughts and desires. Huh? Because if it is based on that, then even if the desire is fulfilled, it's not charming. Okay, observing oneself, who you are, huh, takes you one step further. Huh? If something is happening right now, observe the mind, observe the sensations in the mind, in the thoughts, in the body, maybe events. What are your dharma? What is your very nature? Huh? See, observe. Huh? And in observation, you will find out some bad thoughts, bad emotions, bad things. Doesn't matter. Just observe. Just know that you are not that thing. Huh? Then comes Ishwar Pranidhana. Whatever comes up, you surrender. Good, bad, doesn't matter. You surrender. Huh? Surrender makes it complete. Tapas, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhana. Your penance, your self-study gets complete when you do surrendering to the divine. Huh? Because without love and devotion, it will become so dry, boring. Like styrofoam, Gurudev said. Huh? Okay. Now, how to surrender? Huh? You have to surrender by looking at God as something different from you. Like we do, we bring Ganpati every year, and then what we say, Ganpati, you are sitting inside me. For some time, you come in this idol, in this statue, so that I can play around with you, play with you. So similarly, you have to see divine as different than you. It is not true, but just for that moment, you see divine as different from you. Divine is all virtues, all good virtues. You can think of everything is there in the divine, and you are nobody. If there is I-ness in you, then the union won't happen. So I am nobody, and Lord is all virtues. Then union will happen. Huh? Then you'll find it's all you. If once the union between you and the Lord happens, then all Lord's good virtue is your virtue, right? Huh? This is offering technique that brings you back home in the self, not the address you are staying right now with the pin code. No, brings you back home, huh? In the ecstasy, in the samadhi. Huh? Offer every beat of you, thoughts, every thought, every time, good thoughts, good, bad, everything. Your good virtues, bad virtues. Huh? See, your virtues disconnects you. You feel unconnected to the divine because of these virtues. I am this. I'm a good speaker. I'm a good looker. I'm good this, good that, or I'm a bad this, bad that. Makes you feel unconnected to the divine. It makes you feel unconnected to anybody. You won't feel connected to anybody if you think you're superior or if you think you're below. That's why maybe I'm wrong, but that's why I call everybody by their first name. Doesn't matter how big, small, senior, or junior they are. I try to be like one with them. Okay, let's see how it works. I don't know. Okay, every bit you surrender, huh, to feel connected to anybody. See, you are only stopping yourself to feel connected to anybody. It's not their job. It is you. You start feeling connected. Doesn't matter what that person is. Okay, what seed you sow, that tree will grow. Huh? If doubts and everything comes during swadhyay, self-study, so just know them, they are just fleeting thoughts. Don't sow them. Okay, they came, they'll go. Don't worry. Okay, don't hold on to them. Let them go. Don't give them any value. Don't give them any attention. Don't give any weightage to it. Even this tapas, swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhana, you are not doing. So you do it without the sense of doership. Okay. Why to do all these things? To reduce suffering and bring samadhi, equanimity. Huh? So suffering is reduced. Okay. Then Gurudev says, what are the 5 root causes of this misery? Then first is avidya, ignorance. Ignorance, thinking that something is permanent, which is not permanent. Something is joyful, which is not joyful. Joy is coming within you, not outside. So knowing all these things, ignorance, that I am not this body, not this mind, not this intellect. Then that is avidya. No, knowing you are not that is vidya, and identifying yourself with that. Like if you get angry 4 times, you say, I'm an angry person. This is identifying yourself with something not permanent. You are not 24/7 angry. You cannot be. 365 days a year angry. So you are not angry. Anger just come and go. Huh? So don't identify yourself with these things. If you identify, then it is avidya, ignorance. Even the body is changing. In 3 years, the body is totally different. If you awaken the mind right this moment, then the mind is also changing. That's why you are in art of living. If the mind would never change, why would we waste time, money, energy on art of living? Correct? We are sitting here because we know mind is changing. Okay. A fixed idea. First, before that, Gurudev said, stop holding on to the past. Holding on to the past is also ignorance. A fixed idea of who you are destroys you, stops your growth. So drop the ignorance. Second is asmita, oneness of intellect and self. If you think this is the way it is, whatever your intellect said, you believe in it so much that you and that thing becomes one. And then you will argue. Doesn't matter how stupid it is. As stupid as the earth is flat, you will die to prove it. You will not let go, because your intellect and you have become one. So let go. Let go of such ideas or anything. Say, oh, I think this is the way. It's the intellect. Maybe it's correct, maybe it's wrong. Let me try if it is correct. Let me see if it is correct. Let me see if it is wrong. Then that is not asmita. Okay. Senseless argument is asmita. Asmita is also I, me. 24/7 you are thinking I, me. What about me? What I get out of it? I. I-ness is also asmita. Okay. So that is the second root cause of misery. Third root cause is raga. Raga is craving. When you have a pleasant experience, then raga comes, craving comes. Huh? The Gurudev says we try to control others' mind, how others should behave. Very enlightened and unconditional love they should give me. We ourselves won't give that, but we want others to give. Try to control others' mind. That this craving will also bring misery. Okay, craving also comes from what you have heard or seen. You have heard that this car is very good, then you craving is there. When you have seen something, then also craving comes. Dvesha is hatred, and hatred, aversion, that comes from unpleasant experiences. Okay, craving from pleasant experiences, aversion from unpleasant experiences. Abhinivesha, fear. To its thickest, it is fear. To its thinnest, it is care. Okay, everyone has it. Nature has imposed all these 5 things on us. Ignorance, I-ness, craving, aversion, and abhinivesha, fear. Uh, they say fear of death. Here Gurudev says fear at its thickest and care at its thinnest. Okay. Gurudev says there are 4 stage for all these root causes of misery. First is dormant, sleeping state. So it is there, but it is not visible. It is not awake. Second is feeble. It is there, negligible. Like it is there, but it's not making any big difference. Okay. And then third one is when one is dominating, other goes in background. If there is so much of craving, the aversion takes goes in background like that. Okay. And the fourth one is I and mind no difference. Me and this mind is no difference. huh if you become angry, it's not anger that comes in you, it's like you are angry, it becomes you. It becomes you. So that is the fourth stages. huh okay. The fourth stage is very active, very generous, Gurudev said. Okay. Then how to get rid of it? Then Gurudev says sadhana make these 5 roots of misery as thin as possible. Still the anger will come, there will be a care, everything will be there, but sadhana, your practices will make it thinner and thinner and thinner. And Patanjali says keep reducing it, keep reducing it, keep reducing it. He emphasizes on you keep reducing it. Okay. And then what? Then you will be going back to the source, then it will help you go back to the source. Okay, 2 minutes more. I'll just complete this. Otherwise, if you don't do, what will happen? It will captivate your mind. You will be in the grip of feverishness if you don't do. Sadhana means everything that you follow, discipline, self-discipline, whatever self-discipline you do. What is the way out? Is meditation. Only and only in meditation you can get rid of it. I repeat, only and only in the meditation. If you don't cleanse your consciousness, then what will happen? You will suffer in this life and you will suffer in the coming life also. And if you don't do in the next life, then it will keep going on. Okay. And keep increasing also, where Patanjali is not saying that, but we know if we what happens. Okay. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Before your body drops, drop all your karmas. Different seeds, different timings. So it doesn't matter if some karma you are doing now, maybe it will give fruit in next birth. But drop all the karmas before you drop the body. Okay. The bank of karma. Be aware of what merits and demerits. Okay. That's why I say work on Guru Dakshina and increase your merits. It's an amazing investment. As long as the roots are there, fruits will keep coming. I repeat, as long as there are roots, the fruits will keep coming and keep coming. Okay. The last memory during when you are dying will your next birth will depend on it. Okay. The strongest impression depends on your merits and demerits. your next birth. Okay, every happiness or misery is connected to your merits and demerits. Okay, so meditate, sing and dance and thin it down. Make it thinner and thinner and thinner. Doesn't matter how boring it is. Continue doing it. Never mind. Okay, take it as a challenge. I will do it. Doesn't matter. That will help you reduce your boredom. Doesn't matter what, I'll do it. Huh? You can unmute yourself and ask any question if there are. Hi Lalita ji. Hi Aida. Hi Gaijang. Hi Satyashri ji. You can all keep your cameras on. Let me see you all. Hi Snehilata ji. Jai Gurudev. Narendra Nath. What a name. Very nice name. Anybody with any questions? Huh? Acha, 5 o'clock, there will be a training on how to give intro talk. So many people give wrong intro talk, say wrong things. You come to the Sudarshan Kriya and all this vibration happens in the body and you feel very calm and you feel like you're flying. That person will say, I am never going to do it. So what to say and what to not to say. So today, 5 o'clock, same link. Please everybody come. And even if you are expert in giving intro talks, come and guide us. Okay. Anybody, any question with today's knowledge session? Because in today's knowledge session, so many questions come up. Because next birth, heaven or hell and everything, all these concepts. But good part is that now this generation, coming generation, don't care about heaven or hell. They just care about this life. Before in previous people used to be like too much. If I don't do good, I'll go in hell. If I do good, heaven. But now people don't care. That is a good thing. You should not care that much. Okay, even demerits, merits. You do what you feel is right. Doesn't matter if you have to come back. Why not? Why not? Yes, why not? Maybe we'll listen to Patanjali again in next birth. Why not? We are all enjoying it, right? Okay. Any question or we'll directly go in meditation? Either you are understanding my English now? Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Huh? Sometimes I don't know. As Indians, we feel we don't have any accents, and everybody else in the world have accents. Maybe you all must be thinking, everybody thinks the same, I guess. I don't know. So if there are no questions, we'll meditate. And if you ask a question, good, because there will be people listening on YouTube also. Maybe they have any question. Let me check if I can find out if there are any questions on YouTube. Narayana Hariyo Satya Narayana Hariyo. There are no questions. Very good. Okay. So we'll meditate. Eyes closed. What should we meditate on today? Let's meditate on tapas and swadhyay and Ishwar Pranidhana. Let's meditate on penance, self-study, and Ishwar Pranidhana, surrendering to the Lord, to the God, to the divine. Okay. So how to make the tapas stronger? I have an idea. In school, I don't know if you all got punished, but I got punished hundreds and thousands of times. And every time they used to ask us to kneel down and raise your hands. Especially a sir called Kennedy, he used to make us do that. So raise your hands up. Raise your hands up straight, elbows are straight, biceps are touching the ears. Eyes closed. Manjuji, you also need to do. If anyone has neck issues or shoulder issues, don't do. And everybody else do it. Raise your head, hands up, eyes closed. Just stay with it. Keep it up. Your tapas is, doesn't matter what happens, you will not bring down your hands. This is your tapas. Okay, eyes closed. Be with it. Use all the knowledge in the world that you can. As a kid, we were made to do it for long periods of time. Not good punishment. Observe what's happening in the hands. Huh? Pain helps you do helps you a lot to go inside. See what is happening in the hands. Is it paining? Doesn't matter what. Take it as a challenge. If you have a severe backache, neck ache, or some serious problem, then you can bring down the hands. You don't need to do it. Everybody else do it. What is happening? Huh? The blood is reducing from the fingers and the palms and increasing down. What is that? Observe, observe. Swadhyay. What's coming? Thoughts are going. Uh, if the thoughts are you stupid to keep your hands up? Just turn off the camera and keep the hands down. See what is going in the mind. Gaijang, hands up. Hands up. Who said hands down? See, you're listening what you don't, no one is saying. You're listening to the mind. Hands up, hands up. Everybody. Observe what's happening. What's happening? What's happening in the mind? What's happening in the body? Huh? Now I give you the technique. Whenever it pains, breathe in, take all the pain in, and breathing out, surrender to the divine. Your tapas is to keep your hands up. The swadhyaya is to observe what's happening, and you're surrendering to the Lord. Every breath out, surrender the pain. Surrender the pain. Look at pain as a thought. Breathe in, take that pain thought in you. Breathing out, surrender to the Lord. Only 10 minutes more, nothing more than 10 minutes. I'm going to make do this whole day. Just 10 more minutes. Elbows are straight. Just see what's happening. Surrender to the divine. Hmm? Your penance is doesn't matter what happens, the hand will remain up. Your self-study is what's happening right now in my body, in my mind, in my intellect, in my memory, what emotions I'm going through. Observing all this, pleasant, unpleasant, doesn't matter, is your self-study. And surrendering to the Lord right now. Right now, surrender it to the Lord. What big deal? It's just some pain in the hands. Nothing more. Just surrender to the God. God, my hands are paining, take it away. Okay? I don't want this pain, you take it away. Surrender, surrender. Come on. Hmm. Very good. Just stay up, hands up, hands up. Huh? I'm feeling some sensations in my finger now. Maybe some prana. Eyes closed, Manjuji. You have to observe yourself, not observe me. Huh? Take a deep breath in and surrender completely. And slowly bring down your palms on your knees. Bring down your hands. Place your palms on the knees, eyes closed, facing the ceiling. There was some time limitation. That's why I asked you to bring your hands down. Next time we'll do longer. Eyes closed and just be. Observe your breath, observe the sensations in the body, and just be. What is going on now? Take a normal deep breath in. Breathing out, relax even more. Go deeper and deeper in the silence within. 100% you give in the tapas, penance, and 100% peaceful you feel right now. Intense peace, intense silence, intense centeredness. You are totally one with the self, totally submerged in the divine. You have become nothing but the purest form of energy that you are. You are so pure. Right now, you are in the purest form of the self, of the energy, of the source. Become aware of your emotions, if any. Even our emotions are purified now with this purity of self. Observe the mind, the thoughts. Even the mind is purified right now. The breath is so steady. Your body so purified by this penance. Your environment, and only when you feel complete, you may slowly open your eyes. Take your sweet time, no hurry. Because of you meditating, the whole area around you has purified. The whole room, the whole house has been purified. Placing the palms on the eyes only and only when you feel complete. Otherwise, continue meditating. We'll see each other at 5 p.m. for the intro talk training. Huh? And if not, then we'll meet tomorrow. You all can continue meditate, whoever wants to meditate. I'll go have my lunch. Okay. Acha, very important. Tomorrow follow up. Please come. Long Sudarshan Kriya, very, very important. Okay. Those who can manage offline follow-ups, go for offline follow-ups. And those who cannot or don't want to can come to my follow-up morning 7 a.m., evening 5:30 p.m. Okay, two follow-ups. Anytime that suits you. Jai Gurudev. Sangachatvam. Let's move together. Okay, one family. All AOL buddies, right?